so you end up, you're a 4-time NBA second team, all defensive team.
Right.
So you're known for your defense. Obviously, you're known for your scoring. 3-time NBA All-Star. You were the second all-time leading scorer to this day for the Chicago Bulls, only behind Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan, Scotty. Well, Scotty actually played 12 years. They kind of got me there. But I was looking at the stats the other day. My rebound average per game is better than Michael's and Scotty. So I'm really proud of that. Michael, you didn't get me on that one, you know.
The Bulls retire your jersey number 10. Now, what was kind of weird was years later, B.J. Armstrong comes along, and they allow him to wear number 10. Did they run that by you first?
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. It was a decision they left off the B.J. You know, and I was I was kind of disappointed in B.J. because he never really approached me. He never said, "Bob, do you mind if I wear your jersey and stuff?" BJ really said nothing and stuff, you know.
Wow.
So
yeah, that's a shame.
You know,
and at the time, Sloan was the only one that had a Bulls jersey retired at the time. So you were the second Bull,
absolutely,
to have his jersey retired.
Absolutely, and that's a great honor. I was looking at ESPN last night. Jerry didn't make Jerry didn't make the Hall of Fame as a player, but he's going to make it as a coach.
Right.
What he's done in Utah is phenomenal, and he's coached a team for 18, 19 years, man, with the same team. That's unheard of.
Yeah.
Unheard of, man. And
doesn't happen anymore.
Oh man, I'm so happy for Jerry. I'll tell you, he's a nice guy, man. I visit him sometime down in the country, down in Southern Illinois. Oh, he has a beautiful home there, man. He has acres and acres of soybeans. He's a country boy, man. He like to ride his tractor.
Right.
He'd like to ride his tractor. He put his stripe hat on, man. And he just loves it.
And now you're the Bulls director of community affairs.
Absolutely. I came back to the Bulls in 1992 from Seattle, from Seattle, where I had retired at.
And let's jump into that real quick, because this is a fascinating story. As I was doing research on you, obviously you couldn't do a whole lot of interviews after games because of a stuttering problem.
Absolutely, because of my speech problem. Played in over 500 some games with the Bulls, and in 90% of those games, I was either the leading scorer, the leading rebounder, or the leading assists guy. But not one time was I ever voted to start a game. I never received any interviews. I got no endorsements. I got nothing off the basketball court because I stuttered that bad and stuff. You know, people just they shied away from me. They knew I was a good player, but I got nothing. I got nothing off the basketball court.
And the fascinating part of the story was, you know, I read that it took you 7 years from the time you left the game of basketball to get a job, and it was
get a decent job.
You worked as a dishwasher for $4.45 an hour in a Seattle diner.
Absolutely. After I retired and stuff, I had a degree in foods and nutrition, and I could always get into these companies. You know, I get into these companies for these interviews because everyone knew my name. They would always say, Bob Love. Man, I would get in and see the personnel manager. Bob, I remember when you played against New York, man. You scored 35. You scored 40 against the Lakers, man. You were a great player. And then it came time for me to sell myself to get those jobs. Hey, I just wasn't able to do it and stuff, you know. And as a result, the personnel manager would always tell me, Bob, we'll call you. Don't call us.
Wow.
7 years. Then I just had to I took all kind of jobs, you know, construction jobs. You know, I was busboy, dishwasher for Nordstrom for 10 years. For 10 years, but my life changed. My life changed at Nordstrom. Nordstrom's. They started me off as a busboy and dishwasher, even though I had a degree in foods and nutrition, but I couldn't talk. They wanted to see, what they wanted to see was I really going to work and stuff. You know, being an athlete, they always have this preconceived notion that these guys are going to
prima donnas, right?
Prima donnas,
right?
Prima donnas. But I impressed everyone because I worked that job for half a year straight. I didn't take any days off. Every time water was spilled on the floor, I was the first person that mopped that floor up. Every time coffee or food was spilled on one of those tables, I was the first person that wiped those tables up. And I was always good up with the customers. But it was kind of embarrassing a lot of time. A lot of players would come in, and parents, I would bring the kids in, boy, and I could hear them whispering about me.
Recognize you
all the time because I had these white pants and white shirt on with mustard stains and ketchup stains on them. Boy, they would always look at me and say, "Wow, man, that guy used to be a great basketball player, but look at him now. He's busting tables and washing dishes. What a shame, what a shame." Well, the easiest thing in the world for me to done then, I could have quit.
Right.
But I wasn't built like that and stuff. I took all those whispers and all of those stares and turned them into an opportunity. Became the best busboy, the best dishwasher in the world, because I wasn't gonna let what anybody said or thought keep me from reaching my goals. And it paid off. It paid off. The owners noticed that I was good with the customers. I did my job great, and they offered to send me to speech therapy and stuff. And they said, "Bob, I'd like to promote you. We'd like to bring you into the company a little bit more. So, but you got to improve your speech, man." And after about a year and a half, I became the spokesperson for the entire company, and I did that. I did that for 10 years, and now I'm back with the Chicago Bulls. I came back here in 1992, and I go all over the country. And I tell you, I work for the greatest organization in sports. The greatest owner, Mr. Jerry Ranzoff, and Mr. Steve Shenwall, my immediate boss there. Two of the greatest people I've ever seen. I didn't even play with Michael. I wasn't even on that team. But those people in management there had treated me like I was the star of that team. But it really makes you feel good when you get that kind of treatment. Sure.
And not only that, you're an author of a couple of books, children's books.
Absolutely. I have 2 books. I have a children's book, and then I have my autobiography, which is going to be made into a movie. I'm going to start the casting probably this fall. I mean, late summer sometime.
Now, Bob, do you think a 5'9" white guy could fill your position and play Bob Love in the story?
We can make you Dick Motter, my coach.
So the title of the book is "If It's Gonna Be, It's Up to Me."
It's up to me.
To the Bob Love story.
Absolutely.
Bob, I appreciate you coming on, and it was fantastic, and it was an honor to have you here.
Thank you. It's my honor, and I love this town, Kankakee, Illinois. I'm going to come back here.
There you go. Appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks a lot, Bob.